Ukrainian forces successfully targeted a major oil terminal in the temporarily occupied Crimea. Russian troops executed 3 Ukrainian servicemen who were in captivity. Ukraine has received the first F-16 jets from the Netherlands. Hi, I'm Daniel Kosoy, and this is United 24 Media. Ukrainian forces successfully targeted a major oil terminal crucial to the supply of the Russian army in Feodosia, temporarily occupied Crimea. The extent of the damage is still being assessed. According to the Ukrainian General Staff, the strike was carried out by missile units of the Ukraine's armed forces in coordination with other units. Despite the damage, Russia's Ministry of Defense claims its air defense shot down 21 drones overnight, including 12 over Crimea. However, the terminal remains ablaze. Russians launched an all-out airstrike across Ukraine with over 80 aerial threats on the morning of October 7th, stated the General Staff of the Armed Forces of Ukraine. In a debrief published by the official Telegram channel, it was revealed that Russian forces employed at least 32 strike drones that were shot down in the Mykolaiv, Dnipro, Sumy, Chernihiv, Poltava, and Kharkiv regions. 2 Kinzhal ballistic missiles were intercepted over the Kiev region. However, a third hypersonic Kh-47M2 missile struck an airfield in the Khmelnytsky region. At least 37 Russian UAVs failed en route due to heavy electronic warfare countermeasures employed by Ukrainian defenders. To follow the latest news from Ukraine, subscribe to our YouTube channel. At least 19 civilians were injured after Russia dropped guided aerial bombs on Kherson, reported the head of the regional military administration, Roman Mrochko. Among them were 2 children, aged 2 and 4. The 4 bombs landed in the center of the city, damaging 2 educational facilities and several apartment buildings. Also, according to Mrochko, in the nearby village of Kindika, 2 teenagers were admitted to the hospital with shrapnel wounds and shell shock.
I'm still shaken. We were at home and there was a powerful explosion. After that, the windows were smashed. My children and I have 3 small children, started running out of the room. A second explosion sounded. Everything was in ruins. I don't know if it was a cab or something else. Terrible consequences.
Russian troops executed 3 Ukrainian servicemen who were in captivity, reported the Azov Brigade. The atrocity was captured on video by a drone operator. According to the statement, the execution took place in New York, in the Donetsk region. Later, fighters of the Azov Brigade, together with the 49th Separate Assault Battalion, captured one of the Russians who committed this war crime. Earlier, the head of the War Crimes Department of the Prosecutor's General Office stated that Ukrainian services have data on 93 executions of Ukrainian soldiers on the battlefield. 80% of these executions took place in 2024. As of now, 708 representatives of the Russian armed forces are officially suspects. Average daily Russian losses in Ukraine reached a new monthly high during September 2024, reports the British Ministry of Defense. Statistics tallied in accordance with data from the Ukrainian General Staff of the Armed Forces shows a record high number of combat losses, 1,271 Russian soldiers killed or wounded. This is compared to the previous high of 1,262 casualties recorded back in May 2024, with the ongoing Kursk and Kharkiv operations and increased intensity along the front line. The rate of around 1,000 losses a day is likely to continue until the end of the year, with 648,000 casualties sustained by Russia so far. Teams from Ukraine, the US, as well as other partners are now preparing for the Ramstein Meeting, stated President Zelensky. It will be held in Germany on October 12th. This will be the 25th meeting of the Ukraine Defense Contact Group, but the first at leaders level. According to Zelensky, this week can be positive for Ukrainian defenses as well as for the Ukrainian vision of how this war should end.
In the coming days, there will be political consultations between our teams, government officials, and diplomats. The military will also speak on the content of the victory plan's military points. This is something that can rather quickly strengthen Ukraine's positions, primarily our front line, and everything outlined in the plan is absolutely realistic for our partners. The world has this resource for reinforcement that will allow us to move forward according to the peace formula.
New measures to support Ukraine, particularly regarding its North Atlantic integration, are anticipated at the upcoming Ramstein meeting, reports the Washington Post, citing Ukrainian and Western officials. The journalist mentioned that NATO countries are considering options for more concrete support on the path towards Ukraine's future membership. Ukraine has received the first F-16 jets from the Netherlands. The rest of the 24 aircraft are set to arrive in the coming months, announced the Dutch Defense Minister Ruben Brekelmans. The Netherlands has also committed to delivering various types of drones for the needs of the armed forces of Ukraine.
We just delivered the F-16s. Today I can officially announce that the F-16s, the Dutch F-16s, are in Ukrainian airspace. And today I also announced that we have an action plan on drones. So we will invest 400 million in the most advanced drones, because we see that they are making a big difference on the battlefield, and we think that with Dutch technology and Dutch knowledge, we can help to further develop those drones.
The Netherlands, a member of the F-16 coalition consisting of more than a dozen countries, is not the first to deliver F-16s to Ukraine. In August, Denmark provided Ukraine with a batch of fighter jets, as reported by President Zelensky. The new Ukrainian Dragon-Drone burned down a Russian tank to a crisp in the Donetsk region, reported the Land Forces press service. Footage was released on its Telegram channel on October 5th, showcasing what is likely the first recorded event of this type of drone destroying Russian armor, stated the High Command. That's it for today. We are United 24 Media. Thank you for being with us, and I'll see you on Wednesday.